We love hip
This fan here.
How was your week?
Me, it's been interesting, man. I went over, like you were saying.
You went to the op block.
I went to the op block, I guess, right? Salute to Marlon, salute to Duke. I went over to the Extra Gravy show.
Oh, shit, yeah.
You know
I seen it with the Aiden Ross thing when people will just completely disregard that he has a contract with the same platform. And so therefore he can't go just stream with someone on Twitch.
Yeah, but isn't there something to that though? Like,
when was the last time you've been there?
2009 or 18.
That's crazy. It's been 6 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I did mention it over there, but
yeah, because I watched and they're like, "Oh no, we always have you as a guest." So I'm like, okay, it's probably like a recurring.
No. That's the second time I've been over there. I've been there like when it was still him and just Norm together.
The amount of cognitive dissonance I witnessed because they didn't really want to acknowledge Natural's role in you being there. They're like, nah, we would have had you anyways. It's like, nah, your co-host said something and a week later, you're on the show. Yeah. Before that, it's been 5 years. And they don't like having that type of, they don't want you to bring your audience there. What were they saying? Like their audience is trying to escape that.
Trying to escape the things that I guess that my audience is not trying to escape. I don't know. I think people are all trying to use this content as some kind of escapism from their regular day lives, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think we're both kind of doing the same thing, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I think one thing I will say also, the studio is sick. You know what I'm saying? I forgot the name of the studio over there, but the way that it looks and like the setup and everything, amazing. So
all for 500 views.
No, it does look very nice though.
It looks amazing, bro.
You know, like
nah, I didn't like how they handled it. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't honestly care like what those two think about me or about us.
Yeah.
But when they're like, oh, it must be so hard to point at songs in the air, like they're trying to like undermine what Natural does. You know what I'm saying? Or
yeah, okay, that might be a simple thing, but my little simple thing gets millions of views, and your beautiful studio, elaborate setup, all this stuff is like, you know what I mean? So like,
damn, I thought I had to put this away, man.
Nah, because there was just this like air of like snobbiness that like I can't really get behind. Like I can understand dissing like outright, but it's the passive aggression that to me is kind of weak. You know what I'm saying?
How you not know Dusty, but you say you're tapped in with the podcast and stuff?
He's not tapped in, bro. He's a liar. Like he's clearly, maybe he watched the episode he was on. If you watch We Love Hip Hop over the last 3 years, you know who Dusty Wallace is.
And you.
You don't even have to know who I am. Yeah. Even though I have driven this guy home from Hamilton before.
Damn.
No cap. He was booked for an event with one of my friends, Roger.
He was stranded in Hamilton, eh?
I had to drive him home. He got paid $2 for the event to host, and they gave him some beers. And then Roger's like, yo, can you drive Marlon home? I'm like, yeah. And keep in mind, I'm not the type of person to hold back my appreciation. I was a fan of his content. At this point in time, you know, Bada Bada was out and shit Toronto. People say shit Jamaican people say. So I rate this guy. And I'm like, at this point, I'm an artist and a rapper. I'm a DJ too. So I'm like, you know, maybe, you know, he might like put me on in a sense, whatever. But I don't expect that. He would just listen to the Joe Budden podcast the whole way home, which is fine. I was like, yo, you mind if I smoke a cigarette? He's like, yeah, fine. And he wasn't rude or anything, you know?
Yeah.
Then I meet him again with Norm because I interviewed Norm. Norm's like, yo, this is DJ Zarborough Sound, whatever. We've messaged to maybe get an interview. He's reacted to my interview with City Boy JJ on his pod.
This is true.
Oh, yes, that's
on his pod. But
see,
you never heard of me.
This guy's going so pretentious.
And
like
maybe he's like, maybe I'm not memorable, bro. And that's fine. Maybe he was like, I haven't done anything to get on his radar. And
yeah.
I would rather not be known and have the potential of being known than being known and have nobody care anymore.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you peaked. He's the guy that peaked in high school and expects us to like rate his high school championship that was like 10, 15 years ago. That's how I see it. And I feel like whenever I meet someone that shows appreciation, I talk to them like a regular person. You do too. You do too. I see it when people come up to you guys, you treat them like, you know, you don't treat them like, oh, you're a fan.
Exactly.
He had that vibe that's like, oh, you're a fan. Like, okay, like you're not, there's no utility there. And I think it's kind of like a bitter old head type of mentality.
Damn.
I feel like, nah, bro. And this is with like, I don't want to disrespect him because he did a lot for the city at one point. I think he's talented. I think he's funny.
Yeah.
You know, that Sebastian joke. Oh, like white people think that all Jamaicans are like Sebastian from Little Mermaid. Great joke. Like I heard it many times when I've seen him, you know, he's been working on that joke. And you know, he's on the radio now. So, you know, that's huge.
I wanna touch on that point because like I swear Dusty had his own radio show as well.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And like back in high school, I had my own radio show with Patrick Roots, Reggae Rhythms, 89.5 FM. You know, that wasn't no AM thing. You know what I mean? So like we were on radio when it mattered. You know what I mean? So the fact that you're on radio now, yes, it is like a big platform, but like it's very antiquated. So there's no need to have this air of like, oh, royalty or like, you know what I mean? Like we're all still grinding. We're all creators.
Yeah.
You know, and like them being comedians and podcasters, I kind of thought that they would have more of like a comedic approach to this, but like,
yeah, I think some of the things that y'all were saying in this last or the last episode before, and probably in this one too, got under their skin, right? Because the Care Bear thing kept on popping up over and over.
But that's
again.
literally a joke, and you guys are supposed to be comedians, bro.
I didn't think it was serious, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I could see that some of the things clearly got under their skin.
And the mans are doing deep dives and stuff like. And okay, the one comment that did get to me was when Broski said, "Oh, I could tell he's never played chess before."
All this guy does is play chess.
Literally, all I do in my free time is play chess.
You know what? That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Freaking Cuddly Bear or whatever you're doing. Like, I want to challenge you to a chess game. I'll put 5 bills on it, broski. If you win, you get 5. What is it? The Roni challenge, the band challenge.
Yeah.
The band challenge, but it's 5 bills. We're doing it Roni style.
He doesn't look like he plays chess.
You know what I mean? So like, if you really want to. If I win, you don't even have to pay me, broski, because I know you guys put your money into the studio. You might not have that, but if you beat me in chess, I will give you 5 bills live.
Yeah, I'll extend that challenge to Duke as well if he plays chess, which maybe he does, maybe doesn't. But you get slapped in chess, buddy.
Damn, bro.
I was gonna go the boxing route, but I'm like, nah, let's go chess. You know what I'm saying with these guys. And you know what though, I will say this, man. Like Duke, he seems like a very thoughtful individual, and this may sound weird, but as someone who used to be a really big dude, I kind of like seen some similarities in myself with him where, you know, it's like there's an agreeableness. He's very like nice and like, but like, I feel like if he were to get in shape, and this is coming from a former fat dude, and, you know, I still am trying to get in shape, but he will get more confident. And I think that every man should like go through that at least once in their life, that like health fitness journey. It'll only help you. And that's not like no diss. You know what I'm saying? It's more like I could see where like the insecurity of being a fat dude masked with the overconfidence of, oh, I get girls like all the time. You know, I was like that too. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I went on a serious health journey and kind of started taking care of myself where I feel like I came into my own. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he can do that because he has good journalism. I feel like he has like a little more integrity on that pod than Marlon. So I feel like that's my unsolicited advice to him. And that's no diss. You know what I'm saying? God bless both of them. But like definitely low carb.
I didn't expect this segment, you know. Y'all are like, yo, how was your week? You guys just pulled out the cannon.
Because I was thinking about it a lot, you know, because like a part of me was like, you know what? I honestly didn't like how they try to undermine like what you did and like act like they don't know who Dusty is or me. Me, not so much because I'm new to the scene and like maybe they might not even see my content, which they definitely do because they've reacted to it. Shoot, I just reposted one of their clips and Drake liked it. You know what I'm saying? So, and when I saw that, I was like, yo, we all work better together. You know what I'm saying? Like I used my platform and my editing, whatever, to give them clips. I've clipped their stuff and got more views than them on their own content. So maybe you should work with me instead of act like you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I appreciate what he's done before. And I think he needs to embrace the younger generation as opposed to being this older, like this bitter old head, because a lot of the new generation, like the City Boy JJ, that era, they don't know who he is. Like I've had to explain to people like, nah, this guy's like an OG, like, and show them, but they don't, but because he hasn't been relevant for the younger generation in the same way that maybe we are, or even you, because you interview these younger dudes too, right? So because he hasn't done that outreach, they don't really care about shit Toronto people say. That's old, you know?
Yeah, that might be a part of the issue. is the outreach, what you just mentioned. Because if you're connecting with these guys, you're bringing them on the pod. You know, I've interviewed bare Toronto rappers, young and old, but like a lot of young ones, you know what I'm saying? Giving a lot of them their first interviews. That right there resonates with a younger audience because it's like, yo, I got put on to this person through watching We Love Hip Hop. You know what I'm saying? And then shit, I'm older than everybody out of all of these beefs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But people know me on the road because
They
I talk to people on where they're at, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like they wouldn't interview a Hood Baby Rah Rah or like a May Millions or people like born after 2000 even, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I just don't think that it's the right approach. And I think it's indicative of why their podcast hasn't grown over 7 years. Like, you haven't been able to adapt with the times. You guys started at around the same time. I think you have almost 10 times more subs than that.
Yeah.
And you have a worse studio. No diss to B3, but you know, like you have lesser production. You're probably paying less for production, but your output is greater.
And we put up more clips. I always say, I encourage not only Extra Gravy, and I encourage every podcast, more clips. Put out clips of your pod. Don't only just upload once a week. Upload every day. Get the algorithm rocking. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to upload 2-3 videos today. It's like doing laps at this point. I don't even think about it.
Yeah, real talk. And even my views have been so low because I've been out of the algorithm, but I still be gaining subscribers from like my old stuff. And I'm still visible to an extent. And I do get recognized by people within the culture. Like people be like, oh, you're to do with Friday, or oh, I seen you on Snoopy's thing, whatever, right?
Yes.
So I don't think that we should take away from like other people like growing. Whereas I feel like with him, it's like, nah, we're just gonna focus on our audience. But like that's the problem. You're focusing on an audience of like 500, 600, 700 people. Whereas like there's far more people you could reach if you kind of change your mentality. You know, that's how I see it. And salute to him for getting I don't even think the radio thing is a diss, because I know as a creative, having stable income is a blessing. Yeah. And obviously when you're just gigging, it's tough. You don't know how much you're going to make next month, or you're chasing people for money, right? So it's good to have that security, but I just didn't like the way he approached speaking about us. Yeah.
Well, listen, man, salute to Extra Gravy. This is an unexpected segment right here. I think, you know, but it's good though. Maybe when they do watch it back, because I'm sure they're going to watch it back, take it as advice. Don't take it as a diss. You know what I'm saying?
You can take it however you want. Still, you guys will
take it however you want.
You guys want to do boxing, chess boxing, anything, bro. 2K, FIFA.
Oh man. But yeah, man, salute to Extra Gravy. Okay,
Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.